Perfect, 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 perfect. No poetry dropping when the pen clicks, and poets get it popping with the pen click. You now rock with Kuya David, the pen click prime minister, out here with my brother in the digital ether, Daniel. He's a chubby fat god. And welcome back everyone to Off Page, the monthly showcase for Instagram music and poetry, only on IG Live. So if you like what you see, like what you hear, especially now that my microphone is on, be sure to follow us, subscribe to us on Instagram as well as YouTube, because we're going to be posting this entire IG Live show on YouTube as well, so you can see the whole thing. We're going to be posting this on our podcast as well, so you could be doing the whole passive consumption thing while you're going through your mountain of dirty dishes, all of that. Yo, it's been a wild month, y'all. It's like, everyone, right quick, please buy a pack of stamps. USPS, we know what crooked things, number 45, whatever his name is, the orange Cheeto in chief, you know what I'm saying? We all know what he's trying to do, so be sure to buy a pack of stamps, save the USPS, and yeah, yo, it's like, this service is needed for all of us, and we need to support them right now in these trying times, so be sure to handle that. And yo, shout out to Alley Gallery Pomona, and shout out to everyone who's in the chat. Man, thank you everyone so much. We have a stats card tonight. Coming up first is Zensoul, straight out of Pomona, dope hip hop crew. We got Rosalind, aka Roz, doing poetry. We got Jess Roman debuting her first original single. We got Blacqwildflowr all the way out there from Tampa. Or is it Orlando? Somewhere in Florida, you know, FL and the gang in the building, you know what I'm saying? We also got Samuel Hummingbird giving us his dope acoustic vibes, as well as Alyesha Wise to top it off. We got a dope 6 artist stack tonight, and cannot wait to bring you the first act, Zensoul, straight out of Pomona. So yeah, I'm gonna pass it off to my brother, Daniel Heath, who's with Zensoul right now. And yeah, take it out to Daniel. Cheers.
We here with the homies Jay Solstice and Zen Stokely, who together make up the Pomona hip-hop super duo, who always impress with bars filled with tradition and innovation. We got Zensoul in the cuts. Thank you for being here, family.
Thank you for having us, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I go by Jay Solstice. This is my brother Zen Stokely. Like the brother Daniel said, we go by Zensoul, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, P-Town strong. So y'all have managed to stay putting out some of the best new hip-hop out here. How have you as a duo kept it pushing amidst all that's going on right now?
Man, that's a fly question. Would you like to engage with that?
Yeah, so the way we've been able to keep it pushing, man, is basically just, help people understand that right now it's all about self-empowerment and spreading that awareness. And even though we can't do it in person, it's important to use technology. So we've been able to do shows through IG. We've been able to engage with our supporters, because we don't like to say that we're fans. We like to say that we're supporters. And right now the message is so important, man.
Being able to have a message that's consistent with the actions that we take as artists as well as a community, I think is one of the most integralist things that we can have right now. And going forward, and us having a sense of direction for what we are trying to convey for the future generations. And I feel like the freedom of creative expression is one of the most powerfulest tools, and in a way weapons that we could arm ourselves with in this time to help our mind, body, and spirit grow collectively.
Hey, to get hit with all that power, be sure to follow them at Zensoul Music and find their music on all streaming platforms at Zensoul. And now, this is Zensoul Off Page.
Hey, yo, check.
Zensoul in this Shouts out Pen Clique, you know what it is. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and check.
Today I'm saying that I'm getting out my own way. Too many of us here for all work, no play. Moving at a slow pace, better than no pace. I'm an indigenous astronaut, I need my own space. Don't get tied up like lacing your shoes. Now on a daily you choose to go and take in the news. Instead of creating moves, it's like you're waiting to lose. I mean we all with some songs made and played with some views. Used to always sing I wish I could, they're saying I can. I've gotten to the part of my subconscious, it's my hype man. Never known for punchlines, but sometimes it might land. Listening to me is like taking a trip to Thailand. Very peaceful, but exercise caution. My words help you realize a better life is an option. What we bring to people is what you buy at an auction. Raised by hip-hop, you could verify the adoption. People acting like they know your story like a news crew. You want something different, stop accepting what you're used to.
I had to stop going out of my way to get out of my way. Now I'm out of my way. Yeah. Now I'm out in the way. Yeah. Now I'm out in the way. Yeah. I had to stop going out of my way to get out of my way. Now I'm out of the way. Talk to them. Tell me what you looking at and what you really see. They say believe in God, but do you believe in me? A genius when achieving, I'm leading them through the sea. Illuminate if you related, music made from the V. I integrate peace and sin. My best wishes over beats to spin to free the beast within a matter of minutes while populations decrease. Modern Ronald Reagan's be infiltrating your speech, cause the freedom to speak is like a muzzle for the shelter lies. Revolutions won't be televised, they'll be Hellenized. Put aside robots, converted to a data file. If the system crashes, your return will surely take a while. I pick my nose and flowers, both the world creates a smile. Reflecting on this current from my origin while I face the now. Classes in session, no graph for perfection. My words spell craft like Shabazz protesting. The protesting, testing what you protesting. Microphone hot as the beds that cold rest. I had to stop going out of my way to get out of my way. Now I'm out of my way. Now I'm out in the way. Yeah. Now I'm out in the way. I had to stop going out of my way to get out of my way. Now I'm out in the way. Yeah. That was it.
Hey, bars, bro. Hell yeah. Everyone make some noise for that was Zensoul, of course. Let's make some noise, Matter of fact, let's give him one of these.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Where did we find them? Son, we found them in Pomona. So shout out P-Town, Pomona Town, strong. You know what it is. Hell yeah. So very proud to have Zensoul. Be sure to check them out at Zensoul Music, and their all their art is streaming on all platforms, so be sure to check them out on IG, Zensoul Music, everywhere. So check it out. We're up next is our first poetry act, and that is one of our day one Clique fam. That is Rosalind, aka Roz. We first were able to collaborate with her for LA's first poetry art gallery last year, and like we met through Sunday Jump, I believe. Shout out Steady, Sunday Jump. Shout out Hi-Fi. You know what it is, and yeah, really proud to have such a strong activist, artist, poet, multi-dimensional person such as Roz on the team, because she has a message that I've always believed in. I believe that she expresses better than I can possibly do so just check it out. Roz, very happy to finally present y'all her artwork and her performance to y'all. Pen Clique gang gang, you know what it is.
We here with Poet, representing the Bayan Nihon Collective and the SGV with powerful bars. Pen Clique family and activist Roz in the cuts. Thank you for being here, Star.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, we happy to have you represent. So you've been active with the fight for social justice in the States and the Philippines. How have you continued that work amidst the lockdown?
It's a lot of Zoom calls, it's a lot of educational discussions on social media, but even that is now under scrutiny with the anti-terror law in the Philippines. All of this social media, virtual stuff can now be considered terrorism. But the people keep fighting. I run with Bayan Nihon Collective. We create art, and we are really working to voice the concerns of those in the Philippines and protect the Filipino Americans here as well.
Hey, we appreciate all you doing. To stay up to date with all the work and art she's putting out, hit her at r.zzYLIND and hit the Bayan Nihon Collective to support the fight. And now, this is Roz off page.
A moment of reflection for Asian America. To be 2,000 is to have Peter Liang's gun. A silent solidarity firing into darkness, state-sanctioned violence inherited through a police academy. The American dream is Asian and silent. A sworn oath to a slave-owning system. When George Floyd was murdered, 2,000 interviewed witnesses like a perfect painter, tongue-twisting truth to picture promising protect and serve, while Floyd's spirit moved to a sky of blue and white. These are 2,000's favorite colors. When the world posted black squares, you, sigh in fatigue, said, "Work is finished." This is how 2 must feel. Resting his gun on the nightstand after a full day of doing nothing, 2,000 is an All Lives Matter reply. A double tap then scroll. He is having your back to the 600 murdered by LAPD. 2,000 laughs when your friends say the N-word. When your family calls black skin ugly, how they wish it was white, how pretty and printed they make a genocide to be. A canvas dressed in white, tightly bound, bruised blue, but cameras tell the truth about the abuse. Garcetti funds blue men like 2 and the white men that loot. Government sending guns to other nations too, from Minneapolis to Palestine to Philippines, saying don't shoot. There's a bigger picture here. One that's speaking, reaching past 1080 squared pixels. To be 2,000 is to swipe through a revolution instead of being about it. So this poem is for you. The world is waiting on you to change it. We are waiting for your hand in ours and not your iPhone screen. We are waiting on Zoom calls. We are writing to you of books we have read, of dreams, of a new world, and you are in it. And you are not 2,000. Not a cry for representation in the movie that is Black Death, and you are not him. You are not him. But you must act like it.
Hell yeah. Yo, that was powerful. As a Asian American, and also, all Asian Americans, we all gotta, stand up for our brothers, especially in this time for Black Lives Matter, because, immigration rights, rights for immigrants and people to migrate to this country doesn't exist without the social justice and civil rights that have been laid forth in front of us by Black and Indigenous people of color. So it's very important for all of us to acknowledge that and support the fight for, BLM as well as civil rights across the board. Yo, shout out Roz, shout out, okay, we got a lot of people in the chat. We got Sunday Jump, shout out Brandy Noel, shout out Jake Wax, shout out Irene, shout out Shihan, shout out Jessica. We got Jessica in the building, y'all. Shout out all the mangoes out there. You know what it is. Man, excited to bring up the next act. This is Jess Roman. She's done a bunch of dope covers on her IG, and now she's debuting her first single on our show, Off Page. So if you like what you see, be sure to share it by pressing on the little paper airplane icon on the bottom right. Yeah, because y'all want to see that. This is fire. I'm so excited for y'all to witness this single that Jess Roman's about to drop for us. It's amazing. So yeah, without much further ado, just gonna cut to it. Know what it is. Pen Clique, Off Page, gang gang.
Up and coming artist representing Ontario, California with that Best Coast vibe and everything she's doing. We here with singer and songwriter Jess Roman in the cuts. Thank you for being here, Star.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, Bless, we had to get the IE represent. So with the lockdown and all that's been going on in the world, how have you continued to grow as an artist and musician?
So recently I've been taking up Ableton, checking out a lot of YouTube tutorials, trying to produce for myself, because as a singer-songwriter, I want to be a little bit more artistically independent. Also been focusing on a lot of songwriting, possibly writing for other artists, since I've been writing for myself since I was 6 years old, and just taking time to be as creative as possible, but also taking time for some self-care. It's the craziest time in the world. We're all a little bit anxious. Just chilling.
Dope, we appreciate you. Be sure to follow her at Jess Roman to get hit with that West Coast music magic. And now, This is Jess Roman off page.
It's a broken heart, it's a new start. Trying to find something that won't fall apart. It's not having plans on a Friday night, staying up thinking about the pain you feel in this life. Telling strangers that you love them, praying for connection, chasing fake perfection. Looking around for all your real friends. Sorry you neglected, feeling mighty less than. Disconnected from your real friends. Did you lose them? Don't know who I am or where I'm going, but I know there's power in not knowing. Be still, be calm, be cool. For real, don't act a fool. When you're 22, trying to get a clue, when you're 22, trying to find you. It's a blank stare, going nowhere. Looking around for a reason I should care. It's not really knowing what it means to me. Finding what I hope to be. Is it something I can see? Spinning around because you're lost. Trying to stay grounded, mind is getting cloudy. Giving away your love at what cost? Making sure you get fade. Is it with the bloodshed? Is it working? Is it worth it all? Don't know who I am or where I'm going, but I know there's power in not knowing. Be still, be calm, be cool. For real, don't act a fool. When you're 22, trying to get a clue. When you're 22, trying to find you. Trying to find you, babe. Just trying to find yourself. Don't worry about it too much, too much. Don't stress, no. Thank you. Thank you so much.
What did I say? What did I say? Yo, come on now. Everyone, let's get some fire emojis in the chat right now. Let's get some fire emojis. Let's get some of these.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Where'd you find this? You found it on Clique's off-page IG Live. You know what it is. Matter of fact, let's get some Don DeMarcos real quick. Hell yeah. And let's get some air horns too. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Let's get some more of those. Hell yeah. That was Jess Roman and her first single, 22. Super proud to have had her on our show to debut that single. Oh, by the way, big shout out to Gabe Garns in the chat, aka Local Color. He was on our show last month, giving us some dope vibes on the music tip. So, yo, shout out Local Color. Shout out to Chill Bill on the comedy hype. Yo, shout out Chill Trill Bill. Know what it is. And yeah, let's get it to the next act. That is Blacqwildflowr, all the way out there in Florida. She brings us her dope veteran poetry vibes, and man, we're right in the mid spot of the show, y'all. This is our we got 3 more acts. We got Blacqwildflowr, we got Samuel Hummingbird, and of course we got Alyesha Wise in the building, y'all. So only got a few more acts. Know what it is. About to get into the next poet, Blacqwildflowr. Yeah, let's get it. Clique gang gang off page.
Out of Tampa, Florida, we got nationally acclaimed and award-winning poet and teaching artist holding down the Black Garden Poetry Battle, always representing with joy and empowerment. We got Blacqwildflowr in the cuts. Thank you for rocking with us, Star.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited for the opportunity.
Hey, we had to have Florida represent. So you've been putting out amazing and inspirational affirmations on IG for a minute, but more recently have been using IG to create your own platform. How has it been for you holding space online?
It's been excellent for me holding space online. Not only am I the creator, but I am also the host of the Black Garden online poetry battle. I also host and facilitate workshops for New Piece Mondays, based out of Orlando, as well as I am having my own writer's retreat, which will be online September 3rd through 6th. I am co-facilitating with Zen Christian. We have a plethora of artists coming out, which is covering self-love coaching, writer's development, as well as business etiquette tools for intermediate writers. So I'm super excited.
Hey, we appreciate all that. Be sure to go check her out at Blacqwildflowr, and be sure to go peep all the things she's doing over at New Piece Mondays. And now, this is Blacqwildflowr off page.
When I look at you, my mind is disrupted by your radiance, crawling behind my eyes. Every breath of oxygen entering my temple is captured by the ability to witness your celestial allurement. The essence of your existence pushes chills underneath my sensitive skin. The elastic men pray to stretch, shovel underneath to bury their sins. The skin they speak blasphemy against, as if darkness couldn't hold God's light. But you enlighten me, lighting up in me. The God in you is the magnesium, iron, silicone, oxygen compressing into my moon, escorting me through the rayless shadows of night. You are fight against demons who seek to devour in the darkness. And I know, you can have your shifting moods of confidence, because you can either dive in depression or fly with faith. But either way, you are poetry, which saved my sinking soul. Every time I speak your name, I give birth to love. And I've watched you starve yourself to feed others food for thought. So I thought that I'd serve you these affirmations. Your body is God's art. So stop and appreciate what society wants you to hate about yourself. Every hair that crawls underneath your chin, every wrinkle in the fold of your skin. Your mind is as deep as your voice, and that is your power. You defy stereotypes. You are a walking museum of your ancestors' contributions to this country. See, I thought that I could find self-love in the emptiness of a liquor bottle, and a burning blunt, or under loose bed sheets with foreign bodies that seek to explore. But as I look at you, I realize that I've been giving the love that you deserve to everyone else but you. As I look at you in this mirror, I realize that I've been giving the love that you deserve to everyone else but you, Blacqwildflowr. You can get through this. Even when earth is stepping on your shoulders, you always find the willpower to stand and smile. You need to know that I love you for you. I love you regardless of the sex addicting habits, the molestation, the bad attitude battles. I love you for even when you thought you forgiven, but you don't. I forgive you. And I want you to know that sometimes we all must look ourselves in the mirror and forgive ourselves, embrace ourselves, love ourselves. I'm just grateful that at this time I have the opportunity to look at you. Because I remember when I couldn't, when I called you ugly and unwanted, and those demons of depression dance to the melody of self-hatred. But isn't self-hatred a sin? To not love the body of art that God has painted you in. Self-love isn't always so poetic, but you are the blossom of a broken heart, growing in places people never thought you would, never thought you could. You are a phenomenal woman. You are good enough. You matter. You are God's art. And who could love such a masterpiece?
Damn, son, where'd you find
Hey, that was powerful. Well, let's get some crowd cheers in the building. Yeah. It was only like 3/4 of the way in that I realized, oh, she's talking to herself, and this is like an entire message of love and, you know, kind of speaking to yourself. That's what's fire about poetry, and that like when you write poetry, you know, like that when you write in period, that's like your way of crystallizing your thoughts into something concrete that you can look back and reflect upon. And you could tell that was like very cathartic for Blacqwildflowr to do that. Like when she was writing that down, she was like, you know, seeing something within herself, you know, be it insecurities or whatever else that she can, you know, speak to try to heal herself. Poetry can be healing, man, and that was evidence of. Yo, so shout out Blacqwildflowr. Please follow her. Blacqwildflowr, BLACQWILDFLOWR. Blacqwildflowr. Yeah, shout out Florida. All right, up next, we got the songbird from South Central himself, Samuel Hummingbird. So shout out this guy who we got linked up with via Matthew Cuban. So that's Matthew Cuban's homie. So big shout out to Matt. Oh yeah, and we got more people in the chat. So big shout out to Sierra, the actor poet homie. Shout out to Hope is Music, Pomona Hip Hop. Shout out to Mark Vasquez, Rebellion. Shout out to Insecure Alex in the building. And yeah, let's get it, y'all. Samuel Hummingbird up next. Off page, pen click. Know what it is.
We here with South Central Songbird, representing LA all day with powerful vocals and Best Coast guitar. A part of the Street Poets Inc. family, we got artist and activist Samuel Hummingbird in the cuts. Thank you for being here, fam.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Hey, we're glad to have you with us. So you've been raising funds to go study abroad in Sweden. What about the Best Coast are you hoping to go represent in Europe?
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to represent South Central, my story. I'm trying to bring back the tools needed to further the work I'm doing with incarcerated youth and mentoring through music.
Hey, if you want to help him on that journey, go follow him at Samuel Hummingbird and hit up the good homies over at Street Poets Inc. to get hit with that West Coast work. And now, this is Samuel Hummingbird off page.
Hi, this is an original. It's titled I Don't Want to Cry. God, it hurts to watch. Life's taken by the breeze. If it's not the storm we see, are they taken easily? Where is the love they sing? All the things they make us think. Is there justice make-believe? Is it full of lies? Do they love to see us cry? I don't wanna cry anymore. I just wanna hug the ones I've lost. Just can't seem to hold them more. Seems like every second I feel I lose me more. And no, I can't give up. And no, I won't give in. Tonight I kiss my loved ones and I keep on fighting on. Though I feel alone, in this pain I feel alone, I'm not losing hope. Hurts to see my people cry. Hurts to see them in this pain. Do they know our pain is real? Or are they for real? Ignoring how we feel. All this anger makes me lose control. I see sadness in the children's eyes. does this future hold for them? Lord, I can't give in. I don't wanna cry anymore. I just wanna hug the ones I've lost. Just can't seem to hold them more. Seems like every second I feel I lose me more. And no, I can't give up. And no, I won't give in. Tonight I kiss my loved ones, and I keep on fighting on. Though I feel alone, in this pain I feel alone. I'm not losing hope, and I don't wanna cry anymore. I just wanna hug the ones I've lost. Just can't seem to hold them all. Seems like every second I feel I lose me more. No, I can't give up, and no, I won't give in. Tonight I kiss my loved ones, and I keep on fighting on. And all I feel alone, in this pain I feel alone. I'm not losing hope. Thank you.
Let's get some cheers in there. Soulful. That South Central soul. Yo, that was Samuel Hummingbird. And yeah, man, just letting it out from the heart. It's like, I'm already somber right now, bro. It's like, it had the rain effects in the background, and then like he's, just, singing his heart out. That really got me. Shout out Samuel Hummingbird. Be sure to visit Samuel Hummingbird's IG and click on his GoFundMe, because that brother is trying to go out to, study abroad and, try to learn new techniques to bring back to the incarcerated youth back here, because he also mentors incarcerated youth, I believe. So yeah, he's doing a lot of good work. So shout out Samuel Hummingbird. Let's getting back to the chat. Shout out Ben, the Winehouse Experience. Thank you for joining in. Shout out Prentice, you know what it is. Shout out Intro Verses, you know what it is. Shout out Joelle Purnell. And yeah, up next is our final act, Poet. And I think this woman needs no further introduction. We got Alyesha Wise in the building. You know what it is, man. Yo, I'm hyped. All right, I'm just gonna shut up and cut to Daniel with Alyesha Wise.
Beast Coast native and now one of the most poppin' poets rocking in LA. We here with slam champion, activist, the Poetry Lounge family, and inspiration to the Clique since jump, the always on point Alyesha Wise in the cuts. Thank you for rocking with us, Star.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, we excited to have you. So your art stays educational and inspirational in the fight for social justice and change. How have you been continuing all the different work you do in the community with all that's been happening?
Well, thank you. It hasn't been easy adjusting and figuring out how to continue the work. But one thing for sure is I've been lending my voice to as many spaces, rallies, protests as possible. So anything that advances the people, anything that I feel like is really tied to liberation of marginalized folk, I am showing up as much as possible. And as far as like other hands-on projects, I've been trying to figure it out. Really, it's a lot to scramble in my head, but stay tuned because I've been working on some smaller but mighty activism-centered projects.
Hey, we always appreciate you. Be sure to follow her at Alyesha Wise to stay up to date with all she's doing, and hit the organization she's rocking with over at spoken_lit, as well as the homies over at Street Poets Inc. And now, this is Alyesha Wise off page.
This poem is titled For Serena. When I was in first grade, I was transferred to a suburban school, mostly white. When I took my seat, the 7-year-old girl in front of me turned around and whispered, "Wow, another nigger in our class." I asked my mother what that word meant. She told me I didn't quite understand. Still, I felt what I felt. The next day, I bumped the bitch on the playground, spit in her face, walked away all like, now what? I got away with that. She got away with me. My trauma is a red-headed, freckled-faced white girl named Lisa. But I don't want to give her power like I don't want to give my trauma a name like her power ain't shit. It ain't magic. It ain't the type of dance that conjures. It ain't an ancestral call. It ain't a spell that only a tongue like this tongue can talk. Her power is the wine and cheese club. 911. Her power is people listening. The word nigger has never ricocheted off my back. I just molded into a flower crown or a tutu. I once saw the word most beautiful around the waist of a black woman, causing a racket on a playground full of Lisas and all her friends. A tutu, a nigger, is not bulletproof, but I gift wrap it around my body sometimes and swing and switch and spit.
Hell yeah. Gotta land, like, yo, that landing. She's a slam coach for a reason. She just nailed the land. And she was reading a new piece. It's like, yo, I'm gonna just like do a quick landing right quick. Bam! And spit. Let's go. Alyesha Wise, thank you everyone for joining in on our monthly IG live showcase off page. Shout out to Zensoul, shout out to Roz, Jess Roman, Blacqwildflowr, Samuel Hummingbird, and of course, Alyesha Wise. Oh, we got some folks in the building. Yo, Ariana Bosco, what's good, queen? And yeah, Lady B, you know what it is, like, shout out to her and her entire platform, like always uplifting voices. And yeah, this is off page, and yo, all right, I'm just gonna talk to y'all real quick, right? So next week we do have our poetry clash. I'm gonna say it here first because we're gonna drop like the static later on tonight or tomorrow. We got upcoming next is Mike Ting, Individual World Poetry Slam Mike Ting versus Traje M. Powers. It's gonna be a dope clash, I'm telling you. And yeah, like the thing about the clash is that, all right, so real talk, guys, like it takes a lot of effort to put these things together. And unfortunately, you know, like me myself, I tend to be the bottleneck because I'm the only one with the production skills to edit all this stuff together. And I picked up an ongoing freelance gig recently. And like what we, you know, during the whole time when we were dropping both poetry clashes and off page, this IG live show that we present to you, like we did a lot of heavy lifting because I was able to do that because I had the time. Like I was unemployed between gigs, whatever have you. But now that I'm back with it, it's like I was really wondering if all the heavy lifting I did would allow me to produce both shows at the same time. And we're still trying to get there, you know, like at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff requires, you know, massive, you know, footage assembly and editing. And I know I'm gonna try to continue doing it because we have to. Like, I really believe in what we're doing can really benefit the culture. We're presenting poetry in a very engaging way. I think so. I can't be upset about our numbers because patience, right? This is a marathon, not a sprint. But at the same time, you know, like, yeah, I really wish that we could grow exponentially to scale so we can, you know, execute the things we want to when we want to. I know that, like, if our page was every week, if the clash was every week, like, it'd be cracking for us. But the simple fact is that we're moving at the scale that we're going at. And I really hope that y'all could be patient with us and, you know, just like receive our content as it comes to, because that's all we can do, man. Like, we can only give y'all what we can when we can get it to you, you know? It's like, I'm really thankful for the entire Clique, you know, all of y'all, the Clique, all of y'all that, you know, send us DMs about support and share our stuff. And I don't know, it's wild that, like, you know, a thirst trap account can get so many millions of followers, but then, you know, something as important as social justice or civil rights only gets, you know, a couple 100,000. It's like the priorities in the world, right? But at the same time, it's like what we're trying to build is like trying to boil the ocean, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're trying to do like an almost impossible feat. And with enough persistence, I really feel like we can get somewhere. I really do feel like we're ahead of the times. And I'm always concerned, maybe we're too ahead of the time. Like, maybe we're like, you know, those wild dudes, that eccentric folks that invent something and the application for it doesn't get rationalized till a decade later. Like, but at the same time, I know that this work is necessary, and I'm glad that the people that are with us, you know, all 19 of y'all, I know y'all see the value. And yeah, like, I'm sure with enough persistence that we're gonna get somewhere good, and we'll be able to present you guys with like the content when we want, whenever we want, at the scale that we want to give it to you. But I can only do so much, you know, with the time that I have. I really wish it was like, you know, like we had people to volunteer to do video editing and graphic design and all that. And I'm very thankful and lucky that, you know, I have the skill sets to do that, right? Like, I know there are people who are dope artists that understand what we're trying to do and have been trying to do what we're trying to do. They've been trying to put on a podcast. They've been trying to do, you know, like these poetry battles that look super, you know, like cinematic and engaging. They've been trying to produce like these showcases that look crazy and have really awesome, you know, audio. Like, and they don't have the technical know-how. And we're very blessed that I can do that. But we just can't do it to scale yet. You know, they say that things only come to you when you're ready for them. And that might be true. And I don't know, that is true. Because if I had another editor right now, like, it's only now after 3 years of doing this, you know, with my brother Daniel Hees, that like I would know how to direct another editor. Had I, you know, I remember like 2 years ago when I got an editor, I mean, when I was editing, and I was like, oh, I wish we had another editor. I wouldn't know how to direct them. Now I do. Now I feel like, okay, we can definitely get somebody on, or get a social director, or get somebody to, you know, give us plugs or whatever. But yo, it's like, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm very thankful for all y'all that continue to support. And yeah, next week, Poetry Clash. This will be the last Poetry Clash for the you know, for the month. Well, there's only one a month. But then next month we're not going to do a Poetry Clash. We're going to do this thing called the Mini Clash, where we're going to do poetry prompts and have you guys submit, you know, 20-second, 30-second poems, 40-second poem videos. I'll put it into an IG carousel. Hopefully that'll be a way for not only to engage y'all, the community, into doing Poetry Clashes, but also for a way to like provide content that will hopefully be streamlined enough that I can handle that at scale. We're always kind of, you know, that's the thing, right? It's like, you could come up with a really awesome idea and chip away at it, but can you do it again? Being consistent is like the hardest thing as a content creator, and the key to consistency is being able to templatize, being able to like create a workflow that's streamlined. And I think the mini clash system will be like easier to do. Like, off page is pretty easy to assemble, and the clash is so much work. It's so much work, but it looks so good. It looks so good. And the clash is like everything I wanted to do with, like, you know, with this platform. But it's just like, I just don't have enough time, man. Like, don't have enough hours in the day. Don't have like, and we're tired, you know. But we'll continue. Pen Clique prevails. We'll get it going. All right, y'all. Next week, Poetry Clash. You know what it is. Bang gang. All right. Laters.